Happy Friday, everybody. Max here with your fix of gaming news. Coming up, a popular fan-made Bloodborne patch is being taken offline after a DMCA takedown notice from Sony, Forza Horizon 5 is coming to PlayStation, and Multiversus is going offline after Season 5 concludes in May. Let's get into it. I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me when I say that Bloodborne is one of the best video games of all time, but one of its few flaws is its frame rate. This was capped at 30 frames a second when it launched on PS4 almost a decade ago, and sadly Sony has not issued any official patches since then to get it running any more smoothly on PS4 Pro, PS5, or even PS5 Pro. Thankfully, a PlayStation 4 hacker named Lance McDonald took the matter into his own hands and modded the game to run at an unlocked frame rate when emulated on PC. Cool, right? Now, it's not too much of a surprise to hear that Sony issued McDonald a DMCA takedown notice demanding that he no longer share links to his mod, but it is a little bit weird that it took Sony this long to do so. See, McDonald first shared a video about Bloodborne running at 60 FPS way back in February of 2021, and it's not like people haven't been talking about it and using it since then. In fact, McDonald even told a PlayStation exec about it to his face way back in October. McDonald posted a selfie he took with former Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios president Shuhei Yoshida, along with the following anecdote. I said to him, I make mods for PlayStation games, and he said, oh, and I said, I made the 60 FPS mod for Bloodborne, and he laughed so hard, crying face emoji. Now, it is possible that Shuhei is the reason Sony pulled the plug, but it also seems kinda unlikely considering he is historically a very cool guy, and also that he announced his retirement from Sony shortly thereafter, and he's no longer with the company. Since then, Shuhei has offered some insight, albeit totally speculative, that Sony might not have done anything with Bloodborne yet because they don't want to do so without game director Hidetaka Miyazaki involved, and he's been really busy. Now, if you'll grant me eyes and ears while I put on my tinfoil menses cage for a second, as of right now, we are 52 days away from Bloodborne's 10th anniversary. So if Sony is going to announce anything Bloodborne related, I can't really think of a better time to do it. Big game announcements are often spoiled by stuff like trademarks getting filed, domain names getting registered, and ratings board classifications getting leaked. If Bloodborne were to get a remaster, remake, or upgraded re-release of any kind, it stands to reason it would also get a PC port. The Last of Us and Until Dawn got PS5 remakes roughly around the time of their 10th anniversaries, and those came to PC day and date or shortly thereafter. So if there's a chance of Bloodborne officially coming to PC, you can kinda see why Sony might start cracking down on any unofficial competition. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do we need Bloodborne at 60 frames a second officially? Yes, we do. Do we need it on PS5? Yes, we do. Do we need it on PC? Yes, we do. Do we need more Bloodborne in all ways, shapes, and forms? Yes, we do. Bloodborne rules. So you'd think we'd get Bloodborne on PS5 before Xbox games, but somehow that's not the case, and Forza Horizon 5 is the latest major first-party Xbox Game Studios title to make the jump to Sony hardware. Officially announced by Playground Games, the open-world racer will hit PlayStation 5 later this spring. Developed by Panic Button in partnership with Turn 10 Studios and Playground Games, the PS5 version will feature all the same content as the Xbox and PC versions, plus car packs and the Hot Wheels and Rally Adventure expansions, both of which are really cool. I know console fanboys like to argue about stuff like this in the comments even more than they actually like playing video games, but this announcement is great news. If a rising tide raises all ships, then a McLaren covered in anime decals catapulting over a volcano at 300 miles an hour is good news for Xbox and PlayStation fans alike. Forza Horizon 5 was IGN's Game of the Year in 2021, and it is easily one of my favorite games of the generation. I have historically had only a casual interest in racing games, and I'm a terrible driver in real life, and I somehow wound up logging like 125 hours in Forza Horizon 5. It's really fun. In case that weren't enough, there are some rumors floating around that Forza Horizon 5 will also be coming to Switch 2 at some point. Take that with a grain of salt, but also Pentiment and Grounded both got Switch ports alongside their PS5 versions, so it's totally possible, assuming the Switch 2 can run it. Now the ball is in Sony's court to make some PS5 exclusive Horizon Zero Dawn DLC for Forza Horizon 5. I think that would be funny. I want to drive a big robot T-Rex. Finally, speaking of unlikely crossovers, today Multiversus fans got the bad news that the upcoming 5th season of the Warner Bros. Platform fighting game would be its last. In a blog post on the studio's official site, Player First Games announced, quote, "After careful consideration, our next season will serve as the final seasonal content update for the game. Multiversus Season 5 will begin on February 4th, 2025 and run through May 30th, 2025, adding 2 new playable characters to the roster, DC's Aquaman and Looney Tunes' Lola Bunny. ... All online features will continue to be available until Season 5 concludes on May 30th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. At that point, there will be an option to play Multiversus offline via the local gameplay mode, either solo against AI opponents or with up to 3 friends. To do this, you'll need to download and install the latest version of the game and log in during Season 5 anytime between February 4th at 9 a.m. Pacific and May 30th at 9 a.m. Pacific. After logging in, a local save file will be automatically created connected to your PlayStation Network, Microsoft Store, Steam, or Epic Games Store account, allowing you to enjoy the game offline with all earned and purchased content moving forward. As of today, real money transactions have been disabled for the game, so if you're trying to go buy a bunch of DLC, that's probably not going to happen. This announcement doesn't come as a huge surprise following the news during a WB earnings call that Multiversus underperformed majorly, contributing to a $100 million write-down for the games sector. Sadly, live service games failing and WB products getting canned as tax write-offs have become somewhat regular occurrences in the past few years, and despite its faults, Multiversus was a game where you could make Steven Universe punch LeBron James in the face, so it's a sad day to hear that it's closing up shop. That was your Daily Fix for Friday, January 31st. If you want to look ahead at some of the games coming out in the next month, keep an eye out for February's biggest games starring yours truly, which should be going up very soon. Before we go, I just want to highlight our efforts here at IGN and our sister company Humble Bundle. We are actively supporting relief efforts for those affected by the LA fires through our partnerships and our charity bundles that provide crucial aid, including meals, medical supplies, and various other essentials for those displaced residents. You can join in at the link on your screen and the description below. Every little bit helps. As always, for all your gaming news, you're already in the right place. IGN, have a great weekend, everybody. Go play some video games.